I'm in an abandoned area because abandoned areas are always great for wildlife. Nature takes it back, and we often refer to them as like brownfield sites or wasteland or abandoned areas. But actually they're very good for wildlife because humans leave them alone. So I've just come in here for a little look around, and this is an old building, so I'm going to go in there and film it and show you. Now, this building has been repurposed many times over the years. Look, here's like a veranda in here. All the windows have been smashed out. If we go in, so look, up there was the old fuse box. And you often find things like skeletons of like rotting foxes or badgers and things like that in these kind of places. I absolutely love finding abandoned places and what we call urbex, urban exploring. I love it. There's just so much to see and find and be of interest, and surrounding this area is lots of like wildlife as well, so it's really cool. Just look at all this old paper. So I'm going to go in here and tell you a bit more about this building, tell you what I know. I don't know much, in all honesty. There's long-tailed tits out there, I can hear them. My favourite bird. Oh, and there's a great tit kicking off. Anyway, right, look at this. All the floors caved out. Now, I'm at a place. This building was Stonar Camp, and I believe it was first constructed during the First World War. It's loads and loads of buildings. I've got an aerial view of it here, look. And we had Hague Camp, we had Stonar Camp and Kitchener Camp, and I know of a story of lots of Jews were housed here as well during, I think, the Second World War. So it's been repurposed many times, and now it's all just crumbling away. You know, as old as this building is and as interesting as it may well be, it's falling to pieces. You can't really do anything with it, and it won't be long before it just rots away. Look at all that old wallpaper. And then it's been painted over at some point. The floor's all gone. There's asbestos. That's asbestos. Look at the fireplace. Let's get down here and have a look. The old Coke fireplace in there, look. The old chimney's been, I guess the chimney's been capped off at some point. The floor's just all caved away. Oh, and I love to get in here to almost, you know, almost document it, because once this is gone, it's gone, and it won't last long. It's falling to pieces. So I kind of feel like a bit of responsibility to get into these places and photograph them and film them and tell their story, because you can't really find anything about this online. So I'm stood in now what was probably the kitchen. In here, there's the bell back door, and all this rubble here. You know, this area of Stonar Lake was used a lot during the war, and it's hard to fathom just how much industrial activity went on here. And there's just loads of concrete here. Now, Stonar Industrial Estate, I'm in Sandwich in Kent, was all used during the war, and a lot of it has been repurposed into like warehouses and industrial estate now, but a lot of the original buildings are long gone. But a lot of the trees still stand, and they're really fascinating. Let's go in here and have a look. There's an old light switch there. Wow, look, the ceiling's all just coming down. It's a bit dangerous, to be honest. I jump down here. Yeah, look, it's all just been, all the rubble's just been pushed back. It's completely covered in there. There's a bit of more modern brickwork there as well. There's paperwork on the floor here. Look at this paperwork. So there's a load of documents. Now look at that. So 1980. Yes, 1980. So it's pretty old. Yeah, 6th of June 1980. So it's obviously been reused as some sort of business at some point in the 80s. Look at this old cabinet. And look at that. There's a bit of a car. There's the front end of a car minus the engine just in here. How did that get in here? L Reg, last time around. That's an old number plate. The ceiling's all just waiting to fall down. So all this lot is asbestos. Not like the lethal asbestos, but you shouldn't really go too near it, and you certainly shouldn't crumble it up. Oh wow. Look in here. There's a load of insulation that's just been dumped in here. Lockers. Up there's a water tank. Wow, what a vast space. You know, I bet you get owls in here. This would be the perfect place. And what I would do is I'd look around on the floor for pellets. Owls cough up pellets, so when an owl eats something like a mouse, it crushes it in its gizzard and then regurgitates all the fur and the bones in what's known as a pellet. And it looks like poo, but it's not, it's a pellet, it's coming out of their mouth. And where owls roost, you often find pellets on the ground. So I'll have a little look around for those in a minute. Let's go in here. Oh yeah, there's loads of paperwork in here. Oh, do you remember the old Visa cards? So all the old paperwork that was involved in Visa transactions, look at it all. When you used to swipe your card with a carbon copy. How about that? I remember that, you put your card in and loads of paperwork in there. So I'm not really too interested in the paperwork, it's modern history. I'm into like older buildings and abandoned places and wildlife, but I'm sure if you're interested, you can look at this paperwork and learn about the Royal Yachting Association. So this building at some point in its life has probably been used by some sort of boat related thing. We're right next to a lake, Stonar Lake. There's their fridge. I think I just heard someone out there. It is a bit creepy. Yeah, I can hear people outside and a squirrel as well. Anyway, I'm gonna head out. Look at this old can. Petroleum. Oh God. A little look out there. Well, I hope you found this interesting coming into an abandoned building. I do find some crazy places. Oh, something down there, some fur from something. How about it? There, look. All just completely backfilled with rubble. How about it? So I'll just recap on what I know about this place. So yeah, sort of First World War onwards, and I know it was used a lot in the Second World War, and there were separate camps to house people, and this was one of the camps. So there would have been military personnel sort of staying here, probably sleeping here. And there would have been like kitchen areas, tool areas, there would have been various different areas. And that's what this place is, and the floor's falling to pieces. Look at this, I missed that coming through. How many people know what that is? Like the modern people will not know what a cassette tape is. I found a cassette tape. I still find the magnetic tape in bushes and stuff where it would get unknotted because it's plastic, it lasts a long time. Cassette tape, how about that? That's coming home with me. How about it? An old abandoned building. So there's going to be like squirrels nesting up there. There's going to be hopefully owls in here. So they're always really good places for wildlife. And that is why I'm in here. All right, let's get out of here. How about it? Well, I hope you enjoyed that little wild explore in an abandoned building. How about it? Cheers, guys. Get wild.